All right, guys. We're doing questions 40, 41, and 42. I wish I did. It's all right. Do you have your safety
They're easy to grade.
Do we do good?
Yes. They were so good. It won't take me long.
So did everybody make at least like a
And I tell what, probably. Well, I have to look for No, they're not graded yet. I mean, I was writing stuff down so I
So like, for my part of science, I had the alternate part. And I didn't know that everybody was like, doing like big paragraphs about their life. I thought we had to just do it. That's on the first one and that's like something else.
lots of ways to do the same.
Yeah. You can use it. Is there anybody that's still working? Still working over there? Are you guys ready to go over? All right, start with number 40. Who here got F? No F? All right, G. A little bit. H, decrease. J, compress. Okay. So the answer was actually F, no change. So I'm gonna explain that one. So let's read a little bit back in the paragraph, right? It says the engineers confirmed that the heat of the sun had caused the south leg of the arch to expand 5 inches. This small but critical deviation caused concern that the two legs in the final section might not connect properly. The engineers called in local firefighters in the hope that spraying the leg with water to cool it would make it contract. So, what was the problem with the legs? What did they do? They expanded, right? So what do we need to do to solve the problem? They need to contract, right? So all of those words might work in a sense, but what you're looking for is the most precise word. So like, if you look at like reduce and contract could mean the same thing if you think about it, but reduce is like broad, it's a generalized term for something, just make something smaller. But what you're trying to do is contract the leg from expansion. Decrease, same thing as reduce, it's the same thing. You're just talking about a number, something getting smaller, not something shrinking. And then compress is probably the closest one to contract. But compress, if you look at the definition of the word, it requires like an active like force pushing on it instead of the legs just contracting on their own with cool water. So it doesn't really fit with the water spraying on the legs. All right, 41. Anybody get A? B? C? D? All right, it is C. Can someone tell me why it's C?
Because there is the correct word instead of they are, doesn't fit, essentially there, but it's like position.
You don't think of possibly. It's not.
Yeah.
Nope. Right? It's is not it is, it's just it's expansion. And there is not they are. It's just THEIR, right? All right. Okay, 42. We got F. G. H. J. Alright, the answer is G. Someone tell me why?
J's probably because the crowd didn't well with the two legs together.
Yeah, it's like the position of the,
That's called when like big
the final section was switched it up and put it to 2 days of arts, cause that was the final section they were working on, they actually got to do. The
Yeah.
sentence was hard, like it goes together, like the places where they're in the spot that
You don't get confused.
Yeah, they're in the spot that they need to be, so provided the most like logical and fluid,
Yeah.
like, arrangement to the sentence, right? Alright, good. Alright, does everybody still have their Unit 3 vocabulary packet? Alright, if you have it, I need you to get it out. And then, who doesn't have one? Does anybody not have one? Alright, quick raise of hands, who has actually looked at the words in this packet? Like you actually like read over them?
I looked at them and I put in the blanks, but I didn't.
You didn't like, you guys haven't really studied it yet? Alright, so you guys are gonna, it's a quiz, right? Is it a quiz on Friday?
It's a vocabulary test.
The test. Okay, I guess that's bigger.
Yeah, it is.
So you guys are gonna have your test on Friday. Tomorrow you guys are gonna play Gimp Kid. But today, I'm gonna just go over the words with you guys, familiarize you guys with the words. We're gonna play a Kahoot, and then we have a raft assignment. And you guys are gonna fill out a couple of these sections, past the words. So, could I ask to get some volunteers to read some of the definitions? We're just gonna go in order. You wanna start?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Articulate. To pronounce distinctly, to express well in words, to connect by a joint or joints. And the adjective version is express clearly and forcefully, able to employ language clearly and forcefully jointed.
Alright. Is there a difference in pronunciation between the verb and the adjective?
Yeah. Articulate and inarticulate.
Yeah. So the verb, if I were to say, I'm gonna articulate to you guys what
That's the
today's
verb.
lesson is.
That's the verb.
But if you guys were talking about me and you were describing me as an articulate person, you change it from a to it, so it'd be articulate. So you are articulate. She articulated, right? Makes sense. Someone read cavort? Anybody?
To romp or prance around, exuberantly to make merry.
Yep. Alright, so in other words, what would you describe that as?
Happy.
Happy? Someone who's excited?
Joyful.
Joyful, excited. It does give you some synonyms. Let's look at the synonyms. So, synonym says gambol. Does anybody know what to gambol means? Hmm? Yeah, you assume it means, obviously, if it's a synonym, it means the same thing. But if you don't like some of the synonyms on this packet, you can substitute them for your own synonyms, right? So if you are making merry, what are you? You're happy. You're excited, right? So when you guys read these words or look at these words, I want you to kind of create your own synonyms. And we're gonna go look at some of the synonyms on the other page when we're done. All right, next word. Does anybody want to read credence?
Belief, mental acceptance.
Belief and mental acceptance, right? All right. So what is that? What part of speech is that word? It's a noun, right? I want you guys. So I do want you to pay attention because when we do the raft reading assignment or the raft writing assignment, some of these words can't be used in certain instances. You've got to pay attention to what parts of speech they are. Others, like articulated, it's an adjective and a verb, so you can use it in either way. So most of these can only be used one way. All right, decry. Anybody want to read?
To condemn, express strong disapproval, to officially depreciate.
Good. Dissemble.
To disguise or conceal, deliberately give a false impression.
Good. Distraught.
Very much agitated or upset as a result of emotional and mental trauma.
Good. All right, next page. All right. Eulogy.
Formal statement of
When you guys think of a eulogy, what do you think of?
Funeral.
Funeral?
Like
Continue, I wanna hear the rest of that one. Alright. Yeah, you think of the funeral, right? So when you guys think of a eulogy, I normally think of sadness, but what was interesting about a eulogy is a statement of high commendation, so it's actually a happy word. Because when you're at a funeral, you give a eulogy, you're remembering the person that you loved, right? Anyways, events, 8.
To display clearly, to make evident, to provoke.
Right? Number 9, exhume.
To remove from the grave, to bring to light.
Bring to light. I think the most common use of exhume is to bring to light, not to remove from a grave. Unless you're talking about like the coroner exhuming the body. Number 10, feckless.
Lacking in spirit and strength, ineffective, weak, irresponsible, unreliable.
Good. Number 11, murky.
Dark and gloomy, obscure, lacking in clarity and precision.
Right. Number 12, nefarious.
Wicked, depraved, devoid of moral standards.
Good. Number 13, piquant. Mm-hmm. Speak it, sorry.
Relating to the taste or mind, spicy, pungent, appealingly provocative.
Good. I actually said that wrong earlier. It's piquant. Thank you, Mrs. Henderson. Alright, number 14, primordial.
The veil of the creator at the very beginning, going back to the most ancient times of early stage, fundamental basic.
Good. What is that, when you guys read that word, what's the first word you think of? Primary?
Yeah,
That's not bad. I think of primal, like that's one of the synonyms below it, so when I see primordial, I think of primal, like if you're, like a caveman, something like that. Alright, next word, propinquity.
Nearness in place or time, kinship.
Alright, so that is actually, like if you're talking about someone's location and, like when someone else is near somebody, so if like I'm in propinquity to the classroom next to me, right? Alright, next one, number 16, unwanted.
Not usual. Not usual or expected, not in character.
Good. Number 17, utopian. Anyone wanna read?
Founded upon or involving a visionary view of an ideal world impractical.
Alright, there's actually a noun version of that, what's that?
Idealistic. Wait, no.
There's a noun version of utopian,
Utopia.
utopia, right? So,
Yeah.
So we have
If-
to know that.
no, you don't need to know that. But I mean, it's
I've seen it
good to
before.
know.
I've seen the word before, but I forgot what it
Alright, number 18, verbiage.
Language that is too wordy or inflated in proportion to the sense or content. Wordiness, a manner of expression.
Good. Alright, number 19, verdant.
Green in tint or color, immature in experience or judgment.
So that one either means a color or you're immature. That's kind of a tricky one, because that one has two definitions that, the other ones are kind of like, they relate to each other, but this one they're pretty separate. And then viscous, last one, number 20.
Having a, go ahead. Having a gelatinous or gluey quality, lacking in easy movement or fluidity.
Good. Alright, so what I want you guys to do is I want you guys, if you haven't already, fill out the first page with the terms that we just went over. And then on the back there, I want you to do the synonym section first, and I want you to do the completing the sentence section next. And you guys can work with the partners at your tables. Alright? So I want you guys to work together for about 15-20 minutes to complete this. Your turn page? No, those aren't. Completing the sentence and the sentence. spelling the easiest way.
Oh,
This, synonyms are complete the sentence. If you guys can't get it, you can just get, we're gonna go over.
oh no. So what's yours? A very tangy sound. I think that's poison. You're talking about your tangy. Yeah.
Have you made eggs from
What song said? Oh, I do have a list. Number 3 is perfect. Or well, 50. Yeah, no, that'll be number 12. Number 15 on the Number 11. Well, we got number 7.
to do the antonyms, just do
Do
the
you want us to do
same.
this where you like choose the word or like fill the blank? Articulate the word.
Yeah, articulate.
Well, yeah, that's right.
Wait, what do you articulate? What's his middle name?
Like the I.
Yeah, don't do it, just do these two. The next two. Sections 2 and 3.
Wait, you said this one, right?
Yeah, do that one. That's the only, so when you're done with that, just.
Would number 2 be like unclear, so
Because it's the first
Yeah, that's actually, it's like a phrase, like a primordial rose. Fill it in, just the, antonyms. No antonyms. Or anything after that.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, what's the noun?
Okay, I think, number.
It's alright. I need something to bring like ripples in here.
Event losses to display clearly to make evident. That's serious.
What does the plural mean?
Yeah, number 15.
Like lessons to what they said.
Yeah, I thought, wait. Oh, tell me biscuits for ice.
Like I have,
What's gonna be on Walters?
but I also have a really prolific all I find at work, that's my hearing loss. I can't hear anything.
Oh, I put listening for number 11. Verbiage is one of my ones, easy, because you know, you can like read the word.
Oh, pro. So it's the word.
I noticed that.
Yes. How do you say it? How do you say 15?
I have a wrong word.
Pro.
Yeah.
A eulogy. You can describe that. Or
Yeah, but that people, because it means like not, okay, I was talking about a word that means to like,
I think that, like, if people think of sadness at a funeral when they hear the word eulogy, they need to like rewire their brain.
I mean, well, I do.
3 is
Eulogy
freedom.
is good. For some reason, we associate it with.
but it just seems like it makes sense.
It sounds similar
To the cry. Yes, let's put it
and it kind of.
Wait, for number 4,
Number 4 is
how could we all,
I feel like I would be able to. Like something unusual. So you can kind of just relate it to like, there's similar
wait, no,
words.
okay, that would actually, number, we're talking about, okay, I think number 17 is the straw.
So do we?
Because you have to do it like,
Yeah.
and it's saying what it said, and it's like, and you gotta read out the
We have to we haven't used that yet?
Express strongest.
You did. Y'all, I think, number 1 is, number 7 is, primordial, because it says, I believe there's a one of those number 10.
Wait, number what should be what?
Number 7 is the primordial.
Yeah. Which other one? He cried.
We don't use verbiage.
Oh, yeah. Number,
We don't use verbiage.
number 18 would be, because it has the same thing.
Yeah, we use this symbol.
Like a lot of stuff like that, a lot of vocabulary still goes on.
Would number 11
Oh,
be similar?
number 8, I think is advanced. I mean, no, not number 8, number 16, yeah.
Number 11 is a symbol.
We got nefarious. We got virgin. We had inverted. And
Then 11 would be?
number 13 is nefarious.
After, synonym stuff. Look for names after it. I think I posted the, rap sample. Do that?
Jafar sounds like.
Should be in the vocabulary.
It's ready to go.
If you post it. Alright, y'all can post it, and if there's something wrong with it, you just let me know.
Yeah, I can do it.
Try it.
Go ahead and release it, not schedule it. Go ahead and release it.
Yeah, please. You know, yeah, at 10 o'clock, I think it's due by like noon, so at 10. And they can just add
Yes.
And I have another example of them for you.
I'm gonna vote for another one, Dallas.
That does make sense as a
Like, crazy upset.
We don't have to do the focus.
Just do this one, that one. No, no. Stop right there. Alright, I think we're gonna go over the answers in a couple of minutes for those of you who are still working. Are you guys ready to go over them? You got 3 more? Alright, I'll give you a little bit extra time. Alright, let's go over. Alright, so for completing the sentence, number 1, what did you guys get? Articulating, right? So what part of speech would articulating be?
A verb.
Verb, right? It didn't ask for the adjective. Alright. As far as the eye can see, blank fields of unripe corn sway gently in the morning breeze. Say again? Burden? Yeah. Why was it burden? What was one of the clues? Is it unripe? So it said unripe corn. What color is unripe corn? Green. Good. An educated citizenry will not give blank to wild charges of extremists seeking to undermine or our political and economic system?
Credence.
Credence, why?
Cause like they won't trust them.
What is credence?
Like credibility, like credit.
Mental belief,
Yeah.
right? So an educated citizenry will not give belief to wild charges, right? Alright, number 4. How could we draw any clear ideas from a talk that was so disorganized, confused in language, and generally blank? Murky. It's murky. Why is it murky? Yeah, because murky, like whenever you think of murky, what do you guys immediately think of? Like a swamp or like something like you can't see through. But it means like unclear in language as well. Alright, number 5. Sadly, the blank schemes of high-minded idealists usually founder on the rocks of practical realities. Utopian, right? Alright, number 6. Such spices as red pepper make many of the sausage used in Cajun cooking delightfully blank. Pecan. I believe, number 7 is, I believe there's an overall design to the universe that has been visible ever since the first thing crawled out of the blank ooze. Primordial. Have you guys ever heard of the saying primordial ooze? Okay. If you guys recognize primordial ooze, you would have gotten that fairly quickly. Alright. In the hands of our hopelessly blank producer, what should have been a surefire hit turned into a resounding fiasco. Speckless. Number 9, when new evidence turned up in the case, the court ordered the coroner to blank the victim's body and re-examine it. Exhume. So exhume means to bring a dead body out of a grave, or it means to bring to light. Alright, number 10. Though diesel fuels are not as thick as motor oil, they are a good deal more blank than regular gasoline. Viscous, right? Good. Number 11. Though I prefer to be as open and above board as possible, I have learned that it is sometimes wiser or more tactful to blank. Dissemble. What were some clues in that sentence to make you guys put dissemble?
Open and above broad. So like the opposite of open.
Mm-hmm. So like when I first read it and answered that, I didn't know what above board meant. So I kind of had to use, I had to look back and look at open and say, what does he mean? What does open mean in this sentence? It means the opposite of being deceitful, basically. Number 12, when Bill was told he had to make the varsity wrestling team, he began to blank around the gym like a young colt. Cavort. Number 13, the NCAA has in recent years cracked down hard on such blank practices as shaving points. Nefarious. Alright, does anybody know what shaving points are? Do you?
Saying like that since the team had cracked down, the practices were unnecessary, so that we got it wrong. But
Did you need to know what shaving points are to answer it correctly? No, you didn't, right? What did you look at? You looked at the NCAA has in recent years cracked down. So when you look at the word crack down, what do you think of? Something bad, right? They're cutting back. They're cracking down hard, like, you know. So if you look at clues earlier in the sentence, you don't have to understand every word that's in there to know how to fill in the blank. But again,
was utopia.
What was utopia?
12 was Cavort.
He asked for 5.
Oh, 5?
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, 5 was utopian.
That makes sense, cause it has idea, sorry, I didn't see that part.
Alright, number 14, he clothes his puny ideas in such high-faultin verbiage. Oh, that's the answer. Verbiage that they resemble gnats in top hats and tails. What is it?
Verbiage.
Highfalutin?
Yeah.
Oh,
Verbiage.
I said Politan.
I know that word.
Yeah, have y'all never heard highfalutin?
No.
Alright, some of your grandparents might use that word. It's like stuck up. Like when somebody acts like they are better than others, they're highfalutin. Like highfalutin. Okay. Highfalutin.
Yeah.
It's an old term, and this is the stupidest sentence in the entire book. because about the gnats and top hat, top.
All of that
I didn't
stuff
understand
makes
When I
sense
did,
right
I
there.
didn't understand it either.
It's such a stupid, and I don't know that part of the reference. I've never heard that part. The gnats and top hats and
Yeah, I was so
something.
confused how, wait, so verbiage is the answer right there?
Okay.
Verbiage is the answer. I think,
It says verbiage says that it's like a, wait, it says it's a.
Like you
It's
oversell.
yeah, you're talking a lot, and it's like, you know, it's aggravating, and gnats are aggravating. But
I
it also
guess.
means like the
I
how
just
you look
understand
means like stuck up, and the top hat to like give the idea of
Me
them
too.
being stuck up. And
But it's a
proper.
gnat,
But you're like dressing it up.
yes.
Alright,
Just,
so-
it's still a gnat.
well, the definition of verbiage is language that is too wordy or inflated in proportion to the sense or content.
That's right.
So if he's talking about a gnat in a top hat, the top hat is inflated to the proportion of a gnat.
I didn't
Right.
understand.
So that's kind of the picture they're trying to paint.
That's
All
why
I
we're
thought was a
confused
lot of
about
gnats, so that means like a lot of words, so verbiage.
Okay, that's a good way to,
I would've just did
make
verbiage.
that
It was a confusing sentence, and
Alright,
I
but
thought it was my
listen.
fault.
No, listen. Have you ever been to, church even?
Yes.
Where there's a preacher who is more formal and he speaks in a lot of like vocabulary words. And it's much more formal, and so that's like verbiage. Whereas like, I might use some words that maybe you're not as familiar with, but for the most part, do I speak in verbiage? No. I talk a lot, yes, but I don't try to use language that's above me. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's talking about. I'm not highfalutin either. I am from Abbeville, I went to Abbeville High School, I've been teaching here forever. I am who I am. I'm like this at home, I'm like this at church, I'm like this at a ball game. I am the same all the time. Like me or not, I'm like this all the time. I'm not highfalutin. There are people who are highfalutin. They act like they're above everybody else. That's the nature of that sentence, okay? And verbiage, for the most part. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, Miss Fran.
Alright, number 15, the new chairman blanked what she called the deplorable tendency of so many Americans to try to get something for nothing. Decried. Why'd you guys put decried? What is she doing? She's condemning, right?
Yeah.
She's condemning an action, decried. Number 16, even at an early age, my sister blank a strong sense of interest in studying medicine. Events, right? Events is to display clearly, to make evidence, to make evident. Number 17, when news of the school fire ran through town, blank parents rushed to the scene of the blaze. Distraught. Number 18, every Memorial Day, the mayor delivers a blank extolling the selfless devotion of those who have died in defense of this country. Eulogy. Number 19, since my apartment is in such close blank to my office, I usually walk to work. Propinquity. Alright, ready? I'm gonna count down from 3 and then you guys are gonna say it, alright? It's propinquity. Wait,
No.
wait. 3, 2, 1. Alright, ready? Again. 3, 2, 1.
Is it
It's propinquity.
It's almost like the word ping is in the middle. That, if you look at the phonetic spelling, it's like an N with a J on it. That means ing. It's like your tongue goes to the back of your throat.
Propinquity. Propinquity. Ready? Last time. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's better. Good. Alright, number 20. I have always regarded the man as something of a daredevil, but on this occasion he approached the problem with blank caution. Unwanted, right? Alright, let's let's go over the synonyms really quick. We're gonna fly through the
So I have a
synonyms.
quick question.
Yeah.
So unwanted, like that's its original form, right? Like,
Yes.
say you put in a sentence like,
No, you cannot put
Like, you
unwanted.
can't add nothing else to it, right?
yeah.
No,
Or take away.
So it's just that. Okay.
it's just that. It's unwanted. Yeah, you can't add anything to it. All right, let's go over the synonyms. Number one, did exhibit true remorse. Events. Number two, primeval history.
Primordial.
Primordial. Number three, burdened by unnecessary verbosity. Verbiage. Four, a very tangy salad dressing. Piquant. Yep. Number five, distinguished by uncommon courtesy. Unwanted. Number six, full of idealistic plans. Utopian. Number seven, the iniquitous traitor and spy. Nefarious. Number eight, a slightly gummy coating of wax. Viscous. Nine, gamboled in the waiting pool. Cavorted. Number 10, tried to dissimulate when confronted. Dissemble. Number 11, uncovered the buried treasure. Exhumed. 12, feared for the helpless child. Feckless. Number 13, an unwelcome proximity. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
It's not prom.
There's someone adding like 3 extra syllables to that word. I can't tell who it is. All right. Number 14, tried to calm the frantic parents. Distraught. Number 15, could not make out the unclear image.
Murky.
All right, good. You guys can put the packets away. We're gonna do a Kahoot, so you have to put the packets away.
And your laptop.
And get your laptops out. And if your laptop's not charged, I'll let you use your phone. For the Kahoot.
Oh, I don't like my picture. Wait, sorry, where's yours? Mom, was a skeleton. But now it's a rat. Oh, I see it. It was good. Look, oh, I'm about to I refuse.
Is anybody not in yet? You guys ready?
She's not in yet. I was a unicorn in the glasses.
Ready? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start it. All right, so the first 20 are just gonna be,
Nothing's in it. Sorry about that.
the first 20 are just gonna be the definitions, and then I have about 5 questions about synonyms, and that's it. So I feel like you guys should be kind of familiar with the word. You shouldn't keep it back there? You should let me know. Can anybody not see at all?
Ooh, that's way better.
Now, baby.
Is that better for everybody?
Yeah, but no.
That good?
Is that good for everybody?
Yeah,
Right. I don't want anybody having to stand up.
Right.
It goes down over there.
What if I pull it out?
yeah, I think it makes it
Can you pull it out and then like turn it like a little bit?
But no, then it's hurting these people too, cause they, yeah.
Are you guys good?
That's good.
How's that?
Yeah, just like,
Just like.
yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, that's
All right.
I'll just sit in Bailey's seat.
So Dylan had.
I was doing that because I think back there it's like
Alright.
so flat they can
Yeah.
All right, continue.
I was thinking a single bed, she said the back.
And that one's decry. Decry is to condemn somebody. To condemn somebody, doing something bad.
I'm behind you, but
One on Miss Phil.
Why did you do that?
Oh, y'all got it right, except for the one person. This symbol has two S's in it. Nice.
Oh, now, can we not get one all together? Oh. Look at that.
Commendation, high praise, eulogy.
Yeah. Oh. Wait, did it click for him? Yeah, that's it.
Remember, events, an easy way to remember events is to make evident, EV. They both start with EV. To make evident events.
Let's all get it, guys. Wait, what? Oh,
in spirit and strength, you're weak. Feckless is actually a really bad insult. Oh, it's something. Feckless is a mean word.
What?
I wouldn't call somebody feckless. Also, it'd be kind of weird, like arguing with somebody. No, they wouldn't even know it.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for that too.
So if you get in an argument, you call someone feckless, they're gonna make fun of you. Don't do that. Obscure, dark, gloomy.
I see it
Murky.
right there. Oh. See, because that's not so
Various utopian. Utopian is a perfect society. Sorry. What'd you say? Is that what you were asking me in the middle of me trying to talk to the class? Did I bring snacks? Yes, I brought snacks.
Oh, I was there. Who put the B word?
I think I'm in class.
No shame.
Oh.
I keep saying Memorial.
Memorial.
Little murky. Look at a little murky outside.
Yeah, that is better for me to go home. It's looking too murky out there.
Yeah.
You know, I think I might actually be worried about it.
Alright, y'all remember how to say it still?
Purple.
Nice. Alright.
Me trying to teach Lily did help me.
Oh.
I stayed in 23rd place. I went up to 21 and dropped back.
If you're in first, you get like,
If they're gonna be good on the test, so what's the point?
He asked me if I did that. Give extra credit points.
no, because they're already gonna make a good grade.
I decided not to.
I did not.
Okay, now they get it wrong.
Alright, utopia. Visionary view of an ideal world, impractical. Why is a utopia impractical?
Because
What is a utopia?
It's like a perfect
it's like a paradise.
You said perfect world. Can anything be perfect?
No.
No, therefore, a utopian society is impractical.
Like Zootopia.
No, it's utopia.
Yeah, that's
And there was a fruit drink one time called Fruitopia. I don't know if they still have it or not. So it's supposed to be like the best fruit,
Yeah.
you know?
Utopian societies
How many points on that?
cannot and will not exist ever in the history of the world.
Oh, I know this.
Remember highfalutin?
8 points.
Not really.
I just wanna get out of 8 points.
I wanna get out of the last one.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, no, I didn't.
Everybody's gonna do this better than you.
Well, we need to put the noun and verb fast on here.
Never, ever heard that.
Yeah,
This is
who has always helped me more.
I don't like that shit.
And then can you put like the word and then put verb action so we can like.
Yeah,
Can we do
yeah,
that?
that's
Or
fine.
do one big hit and then.
Alright, I got,
Yeah,
that was question 20, I got 5 questions, and there are only 5 questions left, but they're all to do with synonyms, so there's gonna be a word
Uh-oh.
off the top. You gotta
Well,
pick,
that don't-
you have to pick its synonym, alright?
Well,
I don't think it's gonna be that hard, there's only 5 questions, so don't freak
my
out.
stomach.
So
Oh, boy.
what is a synonym for nefarious? I only gave you 2
Oh.
choices.
Y'all just realized my earring.
I've never heard of that word before.
It's in your packet under the definition. So you can't look it up.
I knew what it was. I didn't know that. I remember we had that in the city.
I saw it on the
Iniquitous.
thing. Yeah, that's how-
Iniquitous.
Yeah, that's what I said. Iniquitous.
If you don't know what iniquitous means, you at least know that it's a synonym for nefarious.
And
Right.
they both have yes.
And they both have similar meanings. That's what a synonym is. They're similar words. Alright.
Yeah, look.
I don't even know what that is.
Remember, piquant is tangy or spicy. What's gummy? That might be in the next one. I can't remember.
It's like gummy is kind of like something like that was the synonym. Okay, Mason, put it to answer correct. Y'all both said it wrong. At least it's like 2 answers.
Yeah, I made it easier. Primordial, primeval, they're very similar. Distraught and frantic. Love synonym. Alright, last question. Vince, and
I got it in 40 seconds.
Alright.
You do the top 10. You the top 10?
Can you do the top?
Wait, top 10 for what?
Like everybody on the team get 1 point in the
Are you top 3? Oh.
I get it for top 3? I need to. Wait, you got it for top 5.
Wait, what are we asking?
You need to top 10.
That was very
Nobody gets any prizes or anything.
I didn't
It's
think there was
just
a
bragging
prize.
rights.
That was very
You get paid.
There's something that wasn't.
Alright, good job.
He said you don't get nothing, just bragging rights.
Or you talk the funnier, yes.
That was very nefarious of you.
Can you tell Miss Henderson to use the top 5 by talking to my
Oh,
next
look at me feeling peace. She almost told me. You
Lost it in that.
All this music is gonna be a good thing.
Top 10.
Alright.
Anybody have any races?
Alright, everybody, stay on your Chromebooks, go to Google Classroom, go under the vocabulary section, and I uploaded a Unit 3 vocabulary raft writing assignment. I want you to click on that.
It's in here. Oh, never mind.
It's already
From Unit 3.
It says it missed.
Oh, yeah, I said it.
What happened?
It did it funny.
Oh, this will be easy.
Never mind. Doesn't matter about that.
When are we supposed to do?
We gotta construct 3
I'm gonna tell you, like,
a minimum of 5
literally
vocabulary.
right.
But they have to go together.
Alright. Yes. Are you? You only need to upload one Google Doc, so you can put both your names on the same one. Alright, so for this assignment, I want you guys to write 3 sentences, coherent sentences, and I want you to include as many of the vocabulary words as you can, like as many as possible. Minimum of 5.
They don't have to go together.
They have to make sense, yeah, they have to be coherent. Right, so I gave you an example. I wrote, hold on y'all. I wrote, the mayor of Abbeville cavorted around his office after learning he had won the election. However, he was worried that his feckless opponent would try to nefariously exhume some of his past mistakes in order to overturn the results. Instead of trying to turn Abbeville into a utopian society, he became sick with stress, which was unwanted behavior for the normally calm and collected mayor. So I use 6. You guys can use more if you want. Alright? And we're gonna, no, you can't. If it's like that, I give you 0. You guys have about 8 minutes left, and I want you guys to work, hold on guys. I want you guys to work in pairs, use one Google Doc, put both your names on it, and upload it where the assignment comes. We're gonna continue to learn the vocabulary tomorrow, so you guys, if you don't finish, it's okay. But I at least want you to turn in whatever you finish, whatever you have, alright? You can use those words, but not like that. Alright, does anybody have any questions, or does that make sense? You can work with a group of 3. You can change the tenses if it makes sense. So like, look, I said nefarious, which is a word, and you can Google if you're not sure. You can change the tense. B-E-R-N-A-R-D. I hope it's nothing mean. It better not be anything mean.
I write it on board.
Borderline mean.
But she's credit.
Oh, well.
And you are, I'm gonna say this. She got knocked out of the classroom. I don't know why. Make sure Did you get it?
You guys work on it?
Okay. I don't know
Can you
why.
just say Google Doc and just put both your names on it? One person will see it. I mean, you can do that. It just makes it, I thought it'd make it easier. Just one person typing and then put all 3 of your names on it, and then you guys just talk about it, collaborate.
Sorry, I need to get to the office for a minute.
Convert.
You guys can add as many as you want if you want to go above 6 or above 5.
We need 3 sentences?
3 full complete sentences. They gotta make sense. It can't just be 3 random sentences.
Windmill, horse. Hold on.
Hey, Sergeant.
Hey, Sergeant. Hi, Sergeant.
What's up,
I
Sneaky?
saw you yesterday. They were at Culver.
That's Sergeant Platt. He needs bigger rooms.
You don't know me?
Are you gonna tell me your riddle? Are you gonna tell me your riddle?
Man, that's because you want me to answer.
I'm not gonna give him the answer.
Y'all really want a riddle for this guy too?
Oh, yeah. Ask this. I bet you can.
You need which one?
Yes,
Have that one. You get a riddle?
You might not get it.
Wow, they did that.
You guys have 3 minutes to turn in whatever you've done so far.
Last time?
I love it.
Huh? When you turn it in.
When the horse's eyes went white, you
Turn it in. Whatever you have, turn it in. You can work on tomorrow. Both of you, yeah, you can both turn it in.
Y'all gonna go
Just
free
make sure you put just make sure you put both names on the document so I know what group.
So you wasn't in your book.
No, I was.
You was in your book. See, I got y'all mixed up.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I said. Oh, snap check.
Cause he thought it was me.
This is him. This is him.
No, Thomas is loaded.
Oh!
No, not anymore, not
Hey,
anymore.
what's the female name? You said one class or something?
He's a what?
You're talking about the veil. The veil.
Is her name Lamar?
Somehow he went to a concert with somebody, met somebody, and then night talked to someone else.
That's why I got mixed up. Okay. Oh, yeah.
No, I'm talking about Zaria.
He went to a concert with somebody, met somebody, and then talked to somebody again. That's 3.
He's just a hoe. Well, I went to the same concert with my boyfriend. I went with her boyfriend.
So, I thought you said you went with her boyfriend.
No, she went with one of his friends.
So y'all gonna come
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You buying me lunch?
Well, I have to go and get something anyway, because they told me that Saturday, their machine stopped working, they don't work. And I was making because I was trying to get $30.
Oh! You guys all work? I made it back.
Mr. Bernard, can we get our phones?
Have you done? Yes.
Oh, we gotta finish. The horse boarded around the track and practicing the stalk. So when the horse is in,
We wrote a sentence about the football game, so we tried to do something.
we wrote a sentence.
He said turn in what you have to
Turn that in.
Right, I got you mixed up with the
Oh, baby.
baby.